Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Microphone check. Lights.
Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
That's how we serve you the music. La Pasta Yota classic hits produced by the man Ball J. Today he's a guest live in the studio as we bring the curtains to a close on our hip hop month as well, live in the studio. Earlier on you watched 22s, right? 22s, yes. Another hip hop video, bad crazy video by the man Ball J. And like I said, he's live in the studio. We're gonna get into a conversation with him. It's been a great journey for this man, I tell you. Great journey for this man. He's cashed out big time. He's made good money. He's worth millions to us. If you don't like him, we love him. He's our man. Ball J, welcome into the studio, bro. How you doing?
Yo, Jay, I appreciate that, man. We in the building now.
The jigger sound, man.
Yo, you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
Look, I remember the first time I heard Ball J's voice, I was like, oh my days, this is a jigger inspired man. This is a real audio look-alike, an audio sound alike Jay-Z. Yeah, audio sound like Jay-Z. I like that.
Yeah, but I found myself now. So, you know, when we're growing up, it was more like you have a mentor, you got to follow the person. You got to find yourself later, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm balling.
I said, Rihanna said, I find my mentor where they can't follow him. So I used to wait. Then I said, Charlie, I charge Jay-Z there. If I know holding leg before I die. Oh, Lord. I'll bring him to Ghana again. Anyway, Charlie Ball J, welcome to the studio, bro.
I appreciate that.
Listen, before we jump into a conversation, let me just pay the bills here. Go for gold and bet risk-free on the new season with Betway. Now, use a golden booking code, which you find on the Betway website. It's on between the 11th of August all the way to the 3rd of September. You've got 2 days more to make it happen. And you can get 100% back as free bets, okay, on any of your losses. Interesting. You always get way more with Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Betway gets way more. And also, you just heard those brand new movies coming out. Equalizer 3. I can't wait to watch it. Tonight is Silhouette cinemas for me. Yeah, you shocked, right?
Wow.
Bro, it's coming. Wow. Equalizer 3. Olele. Charlie, give us insights. Recap.
Denzel Washington is back.
Hi.
And he's not smiling.
Hi.
So you know what that means.
Bemios.
From beginning to the end, no smiles.
Charlie,
yeah.
Crazy, man.
I have a strong feeling he might want to do the John Wick type of sequel with the way things are going. But whatever you do, don't ever take John Wick's dog. That's what I gotta say.
Well, anyway, also Charlie, money changes people because people are winning big on 519 mobile. Like they say at Down Sem, just dial *959# right now. Games to play from Monday at Seda to so Monday special all the way to Sunday at Seda. Play those games right now. If you need the money as well, please hush. Don't talk too much because people will help you spend the money. Quick, boys will make you chop the money quick. So when you make the money, low key, yeah. When Ball J made his money, he didn't talk about it.
Oh no, we still low key, you know. We still low key.
Charlie, bro, welcome again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
It's good to have you.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
I don't even know where to take this from, but let's take it way back. Spin the record way back. It's good for us to understand your journey, where you came from.
Yes.
You know, it's going to be a great hip hop conversation today, as well as your impact into our creative space, because you've done a lot, bro. From your quarters on the Spentex Road, right?
Yes, for the Spentex.
Still,
yes, it was before in Adabaka to California, back to Adabaka. It's more perfectly gone. Then at least I could say I've experienced 20 years of the 50 years. We've seen some, you know, at least the pioneership of hip hop.
What would you say? Tell us about your era when you got into, you know, got fully active in the space, you know, into the, maybe let's just say hip hop space. Was it with Skillions? Did Skillions start the convo for you? Or
no, it was before Skillions.
Okay.
I was in Northridge Lyceum. That's in
DB.
Yeah. So that's where the hip hop started.
He was in Northridge what?
Northridge Lyceum.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What
yeah. Yes, you school no call, you know. Northridge Lyceum.
Yeah, blue kiosk.
And then blue kiosk.
So I think that's how it started. I used to listen to country music. That was my dad's selections on the records.
Okay.
So I love country music. I didn't know what hip hop was. So there was Cypress Hill. They were making noise. Yo, go. So I thought, what's this? So until I heard Mace and the Bad Boys, and I was like, I like this vibe. And
They toned it
the
down.
messages were more like, I think hip hop started with, we want a voice. That's what I feel like. As black people, anytime I watch a movie, it's either a slave movie or something that is depressive, you know what I'm saying? So hip hop was the first energy I felt, and it was music. So that's what introduced me to hip hop. Then I started writing rhymes of Nas, rapping like him and all that. I was trying to rap like Nas and Mace.
Oh my days.
And someone came when I was in class 5, Northridge Lyceum, was like, you sound like Jay-Z. I was like, who's that? I listened to the guy, I'm like, he sounds like me with more bass. And you know, as you're a kid, you have a mentor, and I think that's where it started. And I was listening to more of Jay-Z and all that, doing my rhymes. And I met Serial and Beat Menace back after Persec. We did a whole lot of, you know,
life was better until you met
Yes.
Serial.
Unfortunately.
Serial is actually the one who connected me to Ivan Kwashiga.
Oh,
And
you
he's
look
really
at that.
forgotten about it, and he's really been part
Years
of my
ago.
success, you know, from the MTN Hitmaker. So it's been a journey. So that's when the Skillions started from Persec Legon, me and Jay So, and we formed up the Skillions, and we had TQ. He went to Italy. Then we formed up the Skillions. It was very beautiful. And
Why
more,
did you guys call it Skillions?
and we realized that we didn't have too much money by then. We had money, but it was our parents' money. That's that I be. But we ourselves, we not made money from music. So
you have skills.
if Fat Joe was a millionaire, but lean back by then we got skills. So Skillionaires. It was
Million
Skillionaires.
skills.
Aha,
then-
Skillonaires.
Yes.
I remember Skillonaires.
Yes, that was the genesis. Then became Skillions with EL, J-Town, Frank P. And all my cats were part of it. We used to visit them in Osu in the studio. It was a big family, and we're trying to put GH music on the map.
So hold on. So when did Hatsville come up? 'Cause
Hatsville was before.
Yes, they are
Made-
our seniors.
The seniors,
Made up of-
Scratch, Flow.
Yes, Scratch.
They were Hatsville,
Yes.
which was Hacho, which was then North Legon. So when Hacho became North Legon, and then the big
Hacho na
boys-
many
Hatsville. No, you
Of
ain't
course.
about that life, bro. This is hip hop, man.
Most definitely. You know,
The
Hatsville.
shock.
Hacho. It used to be North Legon.
I was thinking, oh, maybe some.
It was.
Yeah.
No, only
Buy
when
me
I
some
was
why?
surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't know local brands.
So how was it written? How was it written?
So the Hatsville was
Hats,
more with
H-A-A-T.
Panji at the TB3 studio. So we used to go there to record some of the tracks with J-So. But J-So is my senior. So it was more like I used to break bounds. So right now you can't catch me again. From Persec to J-So to record songs. And then we came up with the mixtapes with EL, J-Town, the Skillions mixtapes. We went to their office to listen to it. And Beat Menace always criticized. So these are the cats that really put us. I see Beat Menace like the Pharrell of Ghana. So he really put me to my toes. So I think I found myself when I realized you have a lot of haters, but like you're trying to sound like Jay-Z and have a lot of people saying, wow, you sound like Jay-Z, but I'm like, I'm not making any money from it. Because
the look-alike business at that time wasn't booming.
yes.
It sounded like it was
You know,
booming.
Sound-alike
Sounded
wasn't
like
booming.
Yeah, so I think I went into the beats, so I became like a Kanye West of Ghana, and I try to work with.
We'll come into that side, the
Yes.
transition. But let's go back to the sound of the Skillions at that time.
Yes.
Did you guys feel like you were way ahead of the time? Because for me, when I heard your music, it clearly didn't sound anything from Ghana. Not to downplay Ghana, but the kind of sound that would come from Ghana in terms of mix,
It was
in
too
terms
good.
of the let me just say, for better expression here, the tune of the music in
Yes,
total.
yes.
You guys were doing real good hip hop music.
Yes.
Did you ever think you'd fit into our society?
We thought we would, but the population of people listening to hip hop, strictly hip hop in Ghana, would not listen to a Ghanaian hip hop artist. They feel like the original at that time was Ludacris or Eminem, and until you prove them wrong. So we were the little artists, like a few artists that could prove people wrong that this is from Ghana. We had a Charlie Monfong, so you have to battle like almost 20 artists to prove yourself, and your lyrics will be done, and you have to go off the top, and that was our craft. So that's when we gathered a little fan base. So that's when Sarkodie, I think, discovered J-So, and I discovered Guru. So you can tell that was our significance of proving to people that we can do something international. But at the same time, most people in Ghana didn't understand real hip-hop. It was still Jama and Last Two and, the JQs and all. So we had to now sit down. So I was the first person who did a Pidgin song. They used to laugh at me and they said, oh, Pidgin, where Pidgin go, no go anywhere. I did a song called Charlie. It was like on #1 on the Universe. Bolare was the first at Universe. I think DJ Black. It was on #1 for like almost a month or two. And that was a Pidgin chorus but I was rapping strictly hip hop in the verses. But I realized that it was drawing attention, but we can do more. So I think EL was the first person that really went strictly pidgin. With a boom on, I mean, after years. And I think it worked for us because with hip hop itself, the population is very small. I mean, those who really like in Ghana is very small, and they cannot support you to get to the diaspora like that. So we try to disguise ourselves, and we got into the production for other artists so that we can have a chance to also do our verses on their songs to catch more fan base over here. And that's how it started from us.
What were people saying about your music? The first time I heard your songs, I think I was in KNUST at very early years, and someone had a collection of some Skillions mixtape or something that people had done.
The first mistake,
And then I was listening to it and I was like, oh my God, wow, we have this here? I was blown away. But what kind of feedback were you getting at that time with the songs that you were producing?
I think that's what geared us to even do more. It was very marvelous. Like we get to the studio, we see Jeremy be like, "Whoa, is that you?" And then Caroline would be like, "Is that you?" I was like, "Wow, so we're doing the right thing." It was very motivating, and what we started having was remuneration. People started paying us to play beats for them, and it became like a consortium of a business, and it was all because of the fan base, and people were giving us that, "Wow, is that you?" But I felt like we had a manager called Melissa, and she was like, we have to put some Ghanaian content in it because we were more like 18 years and 25, and we were being manipulated by the lyrics of the New Yorkers, like, I got a car, I got a whip. And so if you listen to the Skillions, it's more like, I got a car, I got a whip, and the punchlines and all that. So right now we do our play words, but we make sure it connects to reality. We still have hard cuts in Ghana trying to do a lot of play words, but as they grow, they'll realize that they have to play. Jay-Z, when you listen to his album now, even when it punches, it has to move with the reality. Back then, we were not doing that. We were just punching like we have a knife, we have a gun, but we never had it. So right now, when I do a song, because of that motivation that we had, people were giving us fans and all that, we're like, wow, this is good. I got to realize that no, this is just noise, but it's not the truth. So now it really helped us to get to this level by putting a little bit more reality in our song. So if I meet somebody today and I have a battle with a person, maybe in the first 10 minutes you win with his lyrics, but after that I'm going to study the person. I'm going to throw some lines that are real right in front of the person, and I might win the whole bout because I'm not rapping like I used to. I'm more about the reality now.
What drove you into the production to start making beats?
Because we're not getting anybody playing beats for us, only J Soul. And J Soul was under too much pressure. He had to record Sarkodie, had to record other artists, and himself his album. So we rather try to, it was not an adversary for us, it was more like we had to really join hands and get on board. Another producer, what was his name? EL, also tried to get on board. J-Town, even Serial was working on his beats and all that. So when the producers were more, it helped to broaden the whole tentacles of hip-hop in Ghana, meeting HipLife. And that's when you got the Asems and the rest, with Richie himself trying to join the hip-hop beats, fusing with a little bit HipLife. And without the hip-hop foundation, I don't think
let me. I don't like asking controversial questions, but I want to ask something. With the what if questions.
Yes.
Hartsville and Skillions.
Yes.
Contribution to hip hop to also transition to GH rap and all that was huge.
Yes.
Do you guys think that you kind of nearly took away the hip life conversation away from
Reggie?
Let's start with Reggie, or from people who were in that space. And I'm throwing this to both Serial and the two of you. That had it not been pushed, had you guys not existed, what would it have been? What are your thoughts on that? I just want to try and get to a point and see if I'm on the right path. And I want this to come from both the two of you.
I think maybe Ghana will a little bit sound like Togo now with this contemporary Afro beats more. There wouldn't be a chance of sounding hip hop. But I think with X-Dose back, our seniors, X-Dose and Lord Kenya Dems, there will be some more hip hop beats. I mean, real strong hip hop beats. Look at Hammer of the last two.
Yeah.
But I think lyric wise, Cyril, right? I don't think more people rapping in English.
Great. So now to the question I really want to ask.
We did it so you could have rap.
Good. So that's what I'm coming to now. That's what I just wanted to come to. That. So now let's. Do you now recognize the value of what you guys did?
Yeah.
By adding, it was just a lot of syrup, but you added a lot of water, a bit of water to dilute it, so that
the mix could work.
The mix could work.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, listen. It's like because one, it was heavily undocumented.
Yeah.
And two, our movement had very little commercial success. So because of that, people don't look at that era as a very critical era in the development of Ghana music.
Yeah.
But like he's saying, Sarkodie's first proper studio production experience and support and hip-hop driven inspirations were probably, I dare say, 99% J-Soul.
J-Soul's, yeah.
Because when he came here, I said, I've met Sark at J-Soul's place countless times. And if it's not J-Soul's hip-hop beats banging, I don't know how Sark's rap mentality would have swayed. You get what I'm saying? Even Manifest. That childhood that we all had in university primary, Source Magazine, all those things. Manifest was my senior. We all had that same experience. Despite him going outside and coming back, that Ghana rap life started within that movement. Manifest, myself, Beatsmen, blah, blah, we all be neighbors. We all go to the same school. There's like 9-10 rappers from our school who are part of this movement. So there was something that happened in that formative stage of our lives that influenced us to push this hip-hop agenda. And because in Ghana we are so fixated on commercial success to give respect or value to anything, because hip-hop tracks didn't blow up like Azunto or whatever, blah, blah, everybody just hip-hop. But think about it. EL blew up and did 5, 6, 7 bars and whatever. Rapper of the year. What. Yeah. Despite the Azunto and all the commercial tracks he released for the purposes of business, he won Rapper of the Year because he did rap brutal. Without that movement of Skillions and all that, there's no Rapper of the Year EL. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So now that you guys now split up and the brand Ball J being birthed, as an independent artist, producer and all, what was your plan? What was your agenda? What was your focus? What was your vision? Push hip-hop music, diversify the hip-hop I'm doing, expand and open up, create new sound. I want to understand the mindset.
It's just as like any other career, like you find out this is what you can do, so you want to push it to the limit. It sounds easy, but the journey is
because you switched into a hip life, like you produce a lot of hip life songs.
Yes.
So was it survival? Was it the time what everybody was asking for? How did you feel a strong hip hop artist, Northridge Lyceum? Jay-Z sounding like you. Working with J-So,
I could tell you that when Kanye West was producing all these cats, he wasn't really like up to par with his mind. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to do. He wanted to be a rapper, as a poet, right? Kanye West. And he wanted to come out with his music. So let's say 5 years he was producing people. I felt the same way. Like, I play a hit song for Kwak, say He Comes Again. I love it, though, but what about me,
man? What about me?
I want to put my music to the world. Like, Ghana is just like 30 million people, and I want to hit the billions of people. So that feeling was more like, I'm getting money. I'm being remunerated for money and getting my commission, but that's not my dream. And I realized that it's the same time as the panacea to the whole thing. Like, I have the Hip Hop Foundation giving it to them, but now I have to give it to myself. So the feeling was kind of like, you are getting money, but no, wait.
It's not all about money.
Yes, it's all about how you feel and your mission and why you are here.
So now artists were coming to you and were they asking for you to water down your hip hop the real hip hop sound, because the kind of beats you hear on a Skillions mixtape is very, very different from the kind of beats you hear for a HipLife mixtape.
Yes, most definitely.
And you had to transition into a space. You know, I always keep saying that you these Skillion boys, I think Ghana didn't do you people well, because we forced you people to stop stop your things.
Oh yes, yes. Because when I play,
should it be toned down or elevate? I don't know which one. To tone it down, to elevate the sound.
It depends on the artist that comes to you and propose for a beat. Like Kwakese will tell you that Charlie, my hip hop bass, and then I can't.
With a banger.
Yeah, but you didn't give a Kwakese a Skillion's hip hop beat.
Yeah, so but there was a mixture, and I felt good a little bit. I'll give you a little bit of my hip hop drums, and I give you the Afro beat timing. So it's like a hip hop beat, but with an Afro beat steps. You know, yeah. And I think Timbaland was doing that, right?
Me and you talk something before this interview.
Yes.
You see, with the collective, we get sense.
Yeah, you know, it's for my.
Are you listening?
Yeah, listening.
You are listening. God will bless you, Ati.
Thank you so much. So that was the foundation. Like we had to meet at a point of interest. You know.
So I mean, hip life timing, but hip hop beat.
Yes.
Just for clarity.
That's the same thing that Hammer was doing. Hammer was more like from the war zone, taking it from the movie, boom, 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 then giving. So when Obrafo is singing, he sounds like a Machidede, but when you take his voice and put it on Hammer's beat, it sounds like a king because he's giving you. No, Obrafo is a Highlife artist.
We don't have a problem.
Yeah, so
then there's a template.
So we were like, so what are we bringing to the table? So we are more from the Timbaland foundation. So you know, Timbaland has got that Afro drums, but it doesn't have the Afro timing. You know, so we switch that to, and that's how you get it. Let me do my boom, boom. So that's a hip hop step, but on his timing, and it becomes a new world, and that's contributing to the hip life.
I see the nostalgia when you are talking, right?
Yeah.
What would you say has changed now? You know, from how beats used to be made back then.
I think it's the language. Not the beat is still the same. Like the beat is moving with trends. When crunk music came, Fresh Prince and the 4S4 were doing it. We have no control. I think the Western world is controlling us. So the only thing we have is our percussions. So we keep on putting it since 1960s, before we were born. The percussions have been there. So we try to find and put it in in any trend that comes. We put our percussions in it. Right now we have.
He said it yesterday. That's why he's smiling plenty like that.
And that's all we have.
The whole squad is intelligent.
Here, have toffee.
Give me toffee.
That's all we have. Our African instruments, our xylophones, and our drums. So when there is drill music, we put into it. You see, Black Cherry's first ceremony. We have some guitar. Dun, 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 dun. That's an African guitar. So it's all about we fusing what we have at the moment with what is trending.
What's trending?
But we don't have a trend from Africa. The first trend I'm seeing from Africa is like amapiano, because to me Afro music is just like R&B fused with just drums.
Something else.
But I think Afro music, the power of Afro music is our melodies of the voice.
I want to go to the other studio and watch the show.
But from us, like we and Serial, our foundation is hip hop. So any trend that comes, we try and fuse it. So what we've really impacted, that you call it the nostalgia, is the language, not the beat. Because if we want to move on our own way, it's going to be strictly hip hop, and I think we can't really sell in Ghana because Ghanaians want to dance.
Okay.
You know, that kind of J. Cole kind of beat, you know. Only the Walasis and the rest that will jump on those kind of beats. But most people want to hear ka, 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 ka. So we try to fuse a little bit. We got to meet them on a little bit.
So you're all for the fusion?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
That's if you want to meet the Ghanaian market. But to the world, we can go with hip hop.
I'm actually intrigued with the thing you said about my piano, that is like possibly or arguably the only registered genre.
Most definitely.
In recent times that have come out of Africa. So that means if you take Amapiano out, HipLife, Highlife obviously had its run. But yesterday we had a conversation about, or yesterday 2 days ago, about whether Afro beats could be considered as a genre or just, you know, a name, an umbrella bracket for a fusion of sounds. And for someone who wasn't on the show yesterday,
saying the same thing,
it makes us understand. And he's a producer.
Yes, most
definitely. So it makes. What are you doing? I think because every time we have this conversation, we are constantly looking for solutions.
Yes.
And hopefully, the other producers and other artists are listening to this, because this is looking like a blueprint. It's looking like a template that you can still stick to your GH rap, HipLife, Highlife, whatever.
Yes.
But the trick is what he's talking about right now. Whatever is in vogue, just pick your African rhythms, African melodies, and infuses it.
No, that's just trying to be in a consortium, like trying to get into the business and make money.
Big money,
but
yeah.
Right now, 2023, Ghana, we are lost.
Uh-oh.
We don't have anything. When you go to South Africa, Johannesburg, they have Amapiano.
Right.
When you go to Nigeria, it is Afro music stolen from Ghana. So we are lost. Because in 1973 or 78, there was a B band from Africa with Fela in it. They came to learn the steps of Highlife, but they have their African sound already. That sounds similar. We have a similar sound.
Yeah.
But the education was quite different, and it was Highlife. So Highlife to me is more like the jungle with the lions in it. That's the reality.
The factory.
So when you take it from the school and go to your country, it's now a zoo. It's no more a jungle. So now Afrobeat we are hearing now, it's not a jungle. It's the zoo. They are trying to commercialize what we did. Right. And they changed the name, and they didn't want to be greedy, so they called it something African. So Fela himself called it Afrobeat, and he didn't name it. We have other people that named it and became a trend at that time in the 70s. I don't think we were born. So it was called Afrobeat without an S. So now they try to come up with something like Nigerians, we came up with Afrobeat with an S as a new genre. But to me, Afrobeat is Highlife. So I keep on saying it, like today, if Kelvin Boy or Camino do a song, say this is Highlife. Just say it.
I've just used the knife to choke you.
Almost definitely. Just believe in yourself.
This is why we're talking.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Oh no, that.
Foley, you know why we believe? You know
That's Rory.
You know why we think Afrobeat is the biggest? Because it has the word Africa in it, so it makes you feel like it's the bigger umbrella. But the fact is that Highlife is the genesis of Afrobeat. Because when you go to Nigeria, what you hear is that's not an Afrobeat. When you go to Nigeria, when you listen to some of Burna Beats and Burna Boy songs, he has some traditional tracks. That is not Afrobeat. That is his traditional. But if you listen to Afrobeat, it's ka 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 ka.
All of them.
And that's from Konimo, from Pabobo Dems. That's what they came to learn here. So they are familiar with that kind of steps already because they have also other sounds like that. But we originally grew up in that art with Boga Highlife,
music and
a
all
lot,
of that.
and that was the first channel. Ka. The next channel is ko. So that ko, that is our tradition, and then ka meeting it becomes Highlife. So when somebody comes and picks the ka and now makes money with it and calls it Afro music, he's not really saying that he owns it. We should also say that this is Highlife. So why do you now turn around 2023 from 1973 now? You don't even sound like Amachi today again. We don't even sound, apart from your man, Akabwa, sounding Highlife. The rest are all sound like Nigerians. Nigerian music is very beautiful. I know you like it. But what do we have? Let's say this is Highlife. A Kamido song where Kongwaso just says Highlife, even though it sounds like Nigerian, say it's Highlife because we need to get something for our kids.
Dictates the
the
music,
foundation, and you hear that clave in it, the clave in the Kongwaso. This is Highlife, but there's one thing: because Afro is trending, we think we are lost. So all the artists are saying, "I'm an Afrobeat artist" and all that. What happened to HipLife? But when I take you back 20 years, when I take you back, yes, it's a Highlife song, but because Afrobeat is now trending, we think we are lost and inferior. No. If I take you back 20 years, this same Nigerians were dancing to HipLife. HipLife can also take its power back from, VIP,
TikTok and all.
That's the same sound we are hearing now. We are only fusing more of the R&B loops. Your man, he loved this R&B, So I think he will love Afrobeat very well. But the fact is, we have to keep pushing Highlife. We should not think Highlife is.
You are a producer.
Is over.
Are artists ready to accept this when they come to you and you play a rhythm and you tell them, please, this is not an Afrobeat rhythm I play for you. If there's something called Afrobeat rhythm in the first place,
if the artist is big, okay, let's
rhythm.
Say Burna Boy.
Are you ready to go out there and lock it down on the socials that this is my new Highlife rhythm I'm dropping? Do you think
99% will not allow? 99% will not because of trends. But if Patoranking, like I work with Patoranking, or let's say Burna Boy steps in my studio, it'll be like, Boy, we'll call this Highlife. In the next 2 weeks, everybody in Ghana will be like, I'm a Highlife artist. Because they want to see somebody spearing or blazing the trail.
Other than themselves.
Yes. But as the upcoming artist, he's afraid because he has to pay his dues, pay a lot of money to show that this is Highlife, and he doesn't have that time. Let me just join the trend. So we need our stars.
What do you think is causing the now sudden wake up conversation? Because I've seen it on so many people's platforms now, on the wake up of calling this is Highlife. Because for us, 2 months ago, Highlife was old school music. And what do you think is causing this sudden wake up?
Because they are finding out. I've been on other interviews and other artists and celebrities also. And I think your man too is talking about it. The truth is now coming out. It started here, and people are fusing it and changing it. It is still BET Awards now. It's not called Drill Music Awards. So why would Highlife now change to Afrobeat and say it's now Afrobeat for Africa? No, it's Highlife. Highlife from Ghana, and it's gone worldwide. Then it's Highlife for the world from Ghana. So Highlife is Africa. We have other journalists in Africa too. So the change has come because we are now realizing that the Konumos and Mamachi Didis were singing in the 80s. So we thought that Highlife is the old school thing. You understand? Until somebody comes with a song today and calls it Highlife, like Burna Boy himself, and calls it Highlife. Now Ghanaians will be like, hey, are they still in the Highlife? At that point, they can't steal it because it's ours. So it's very deep.
So what if the people outside the borders of Ghana start producing Highlife better than we?
We have people in India doing better Highlife.
No, I'm just saying that there's. When I say outside Ghana, I didn't want to just say Nigerians, but clearly Afrobeat music being spearheaded by Nigerians. It's about 80% Highlife rhythm.
Yes.
And if we are supposed to be defining music by the rhythm, then clearly it is a Highlife rhythm that is being fused with all kinds of things.
Of course.
Now, isn't there then the worry? And I should throw this to all of you: the worry that we then can lose even the beauty, no ownership. The ownership will always be yours. But the identity, if now these top high influencers, music influencers start saying that, okay, fine, no problem, it be Highlife music now. All right, cool, I will do Highlife now.
Bro, I don't think the issue has been with taking the sound. The issue has always been about credit.
It's about credit, but I understand. So I'm asking that, is it just a knee-jerk reaction from us Ghanaians because we are not found in the space for the conversations on Afrobeat? So we want to claim something small. No. You call it Afrobeat, but we did Highlife. Then what happens?
It's because, to be very honest, I think, and this is my personal opinion.
You and Joey are
it's because we've talked about this before. Lack of documentation is one. What's happening now is the new generation haven't listened to these stories.
You see what you have done?
Having touch base with history or having reconnected with the days of old.
Yes.
Are now speaking up. You get what I'm saying? At first, it was just a walk in the park. We are doing good music. We are okay. We didn't have a problem. Let's enjoy the song. Let's have fun. Right? Nobody had time to go and fight and say, anybody. It was never a problem. But now we've seen that, no, we used to have something and we never talked about it. It's like the imposter syndrome, or it's like, feeling like, you are too good and you don't want to talk about it. Like, brag about yourself. Ghanaians are too humble. Like, even when you are in an argument and you have a point, right? You are going at your opponent, quote unquote, right? A Ghanaian brother will tell you, man, kasa, we have that attitude. It's okay, man. But your opponent on your own spell. You get what I'm saying? When your opponent gets you, they wouldn't spare you in the ring. You get me? And that is why we are struggling to even hold on to this narrative, because whilst a portion of Ghanaians are looking to speak on this matter, another portion of Ghanaians is saying, Jai can't. Don't worry, let's just enjoy the music. But no, it's not about it. This is history being altered. This is history being tweaked to satisfy a particular group of people. And you can't do that to history.
We cannot do a year with it.
You can't do that. So the people who are being enlightened now are speaking up. And the other side wants to shut it down. You can't do that. So why don't we coexist? Now, if you say Africa unites, Africa united, and you go on a platform and you make it look like it's all about you, where is the African unite? Where is the African unity? Are you using the African unite to step into a room and brag about yourself and make yourself look good and make your cousin look bad? Is that what African unite is? Then we are missing out on it. A brother will step into a room and introduce another brother and say, this is my brother. But when it comes to something
I don't agree with you on that one. You know why? Afrobeat is really Nigerians. That's a fact.
Nobody has argued
yes,
that.
But you coming from a part like you are taking it for yourself. They got to take it for themselves.
No, I'm not saying we are taking it for ourselves. So
yes,
we've never had a conversation where we've denied Nigerians their plaudits.
That has been Olele's campaign message.
We've never denied.
For a while now.
I'm telling you,
we give Nigeria their flowers.
Nigeria credits.
All the time.
We actually say what Nigeria has done with Afrobeat.
What are you doing?
It's an indication that it is possible that not just even Afrobeat, any other African sound from the continent can get its global commercialization. Because Nigerians have shown how to do it. They've shown that you need to get money, you need to get strategy, you need to get people in the room. They've shown these three things. So we give credit to them for that.
But why do you think we are fighting for Afrobeat?
I don't think we are fighting for Afrobeat. Like I said, we are fighting for the credit that has contributed to the globalization of Afrobeat.
Let me pitch in. What I think is wrong with Ghana is that, and I'm going to say this about everything. We are opportunistic. You come and shoot me and then go and think about it.
That one is true.
We don't want to do the investment that it takes, the toil, the struggle, the learning, the sacrifice, the humility that it takes to make great things.
That's why I'm worried that if Patrick comes to say that he's doing HipLife, we die.
But when somebody does that toil and that investment, and the thing starts to be, our reflex is to pick at it and try to invalidate it. No, J. Foley way there, they stay down there for here. J. Foley has worked hard though. Let J. Foley go to BBC right now. Everybody who was in line when you bought Gobe will remember you. You hear no they buy beans for Foley or BBC be what? They won't work. They want to be in their mediocrity, in their standard B. When somebody struggles to A+, the first thing is, how can I make this moment not special for this person? What do I know about this person that will take the credit of their toil away from them? So us even saying that Afrobeat it be Highlife way day back, blah blah blah. Before Nigerians blew Afrobeat, you didn't know it be Highlife way go feed day back. When producers were producing things and trying to innovate here, and we were killing Azunto and we were suffocating hip hop and we were saying GH rap is crap, and we didn't know that Highlife way day back. When the thing blew, and now you see your neighbor taking the stone you rejected, and he's built a beautiful mansion. This has to no cry. My house, he can't take out. So what?
Okay, so
we need to completely.
No, but I think that would be unfair.
No.
That would be unfair to the structures.
I'm challenging you.
That would be unfair to the structures.
No, but largely,
Olele, hear me out.
I'm not
talking about there's no glimmer of hope, or there's no light at the end of the tunnel, or there aren't success stories. But the gap and the thinness of the success stories, it's not something we can rally around as a nation. We waste so much energy on negativity. If it was Davido who walked up to Taylor Swift on the Grammy carpet, Ghanaian blogs would have said Davido interacts with Taylor Swift. The award-winning star was with Black. They will write it like Davido paid them. When Stonebwoy did it, the reflex of the Ghanaian was menstrual. Because I am sitting at home doing nothing. And how can this guy from Ashiaman be standing there with Taylor Swift? And so let me take a dump on it and belittle.
Where did it come from? It came from the fan armies.
That's what the fan army were.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying that whether fan army or, but yes, fan army. But guess what? There were. I don't want to mention any media house, but there were media houses and media personnel who picked up that negative narrative as well. Who retweeted it, who posted on their Facebooks about it and had a good laugh. It happened in this same country. So it wasn't just fan armies who you can chalk off to ignorance. But as a country, the first thing we have as reflex is how we go figure out the thing. Let's say even football. Why do we wait for validation of how good our players are only when they are signed outside?
Okay, please, because we have a few minutes, I want to just, I know you are heating. ACD on Bastille. Calm it down for me, please. And let's come back to one of the arguably the biggest songs of our time. La Paz Toyota. Let's talk about the inspiration behind the rhythm. It is almost like a Highlife that you fast forward it a little bit. You know, let's talk about the making of that song.
Okay, Guru came to the studio. That was 2013 or 2012.
Because the song's impact.
Yes.
And all other songs you producers have done is also contributing to all the things that the places that we find ourselves in.
You see, before I go there, like he's right. The thing is that documentation is the most important thing.
Yeah.
When you go on Google right now, Highlife, no matter what's from Ghana, even though we have some Malians doing Highlife, but they don't say it's theirs. They know it's from Ghana. You know, when you go to Afrobeat, you see Nigeria. But the thing is that the word Afro, I'll come to La Paz. The word Afro is for Africa. And Ghanaians, I'll tell you today, that Ghanaians were promoting Afrobeat like 10 years ago. So that's the fight, that someone have taken it and now he says Afrobeat. But why are we not saying that I'm a piano is ours? Because it doesn't have the word of Africa in it. The word Afro is a powerful word. So that is what is causing the whole thing. If Nigerians said that Burna Boy and Davido's music was called Niger something, we would have kept quiet, even when it sounded like Highlife.
Nobody would care.
The word Afro is a powerful thing. You know, before we were kids, we were going to have the Afro comb, Afro, everything Africa, Afro hair, Afro. So Afrobeat, we are dead and we are lost. They've taken it. So that to clear that's the reason why. If Nigerians change the name of Afrobeat to Niger something, we'll relax.
Nobody
and
really
we'll
cares
now
about
concentrate on Highlife.
Yeah.
So Afro has been taken by
true.
them. So
now we'll take our eyes
right.
off the ball on the fight.
Look, let me. When Style Plus was doing Olofumio and was doing Yoruba with R&B style stuff, we didn't say anything. No, we played it like our lives depended on it.
Because we call it Niger beats.
When we're doing, I wanted him to say, Yamaswe. Do you remember Sasquatch? That one, dear, we didn't push it like the way we did it. When Two-Face did "You Are My African Queen," we flooded this country. When they were Dead Body, we had Dead Body and the likes.
Chenfe,
who did that before African Queen? No. We went to carry it when P Squared started out, and Ghanaians saw what they were doing and we were laughing at them that did they copy Asha? No. Those are the R&B and pop foundations that Wizkid is rocking today. Instead of seeing that my brother is doing something, what can I do? No, we tell comedians, laugh. You cannot touch P Square today. So we need to get serious. And it's because we've not had conversations like this. And just like Olele is saying, radio station, TV station will end the conversation with, no! Kaka Accra has brought us here to failure.
I'll tell Hamido and Kelvin Boy, what do you call it, your man?
Kim Promise.
Of course, to say, just say Highlife. Don't worry. Just say Highlife.
Has already started. He's already started.
Just do it and give ourselves 2 years and you see what happens.
With what he's mentioned, right?
Yes.
I would like to get into the generationalization.
They give them Sparrow's artist.
The genre, the Highlife genre, right? How we've compartmentalized it, right? It's stuck in a certain generation. Because we've spoken about it here, how when you hear the word Highlife, or when you're getting into the genre Highlife, you're thinking of an age bracket.
Yeah, because that was the best times. That was the best time.
So how do we demystify that?
We are going to do it. That's what we're going to do now. It's all over social media.
But the last time I spoke to Kelvin Boy here and I was telling him about him and Highlife, he fought me hard that it wasn't Highlife and he wasn't doing Highlife and it's the footage is there. It was we had a big
fight. But he also kept mentioning that there's Highlife in what he's doing.
No, don't leave Kelvin Boy here. Kelvin Boy is a versatile artist. So he can be a dance. You remember he was doing dancehall.
Yeah.
So as for him, let's leave him because he is very talented. He can be a Highlife artist. He can jump to funky and come back. But when he's doing Highlife, we know it's Highlife.
Yeah.
So let's leave him.
I mean,
and also it's not Kelvin Boy's place to say what genre it is.
Yes.
If you went to Borje will tell you what production you are doing
at that moment.
You know. So you will know.
No, but I think
regardless of what the lyrics or the song
or what feeling you have before you come.
You see, right. I think yesterday when we were having this conversation, what I wanted to even draw your attention to was the fact that an artist can call himself by a genre, and it's okay. But the fact that he's doing other genres does not take away the fact that
he is. It's music. It's music.
You know what I'm saying? Like Borje is a hip hop artist, right? Yeah. But Borje can be on a Highlife song or on a reggae song. And it's okay. And the song is a reggae song, but Borje as an individual is a hip hop artist.
That is why we have in the Grammys, you have an artist that will take a Highlife song of the year, hip hop song of the year, pop song of the year, by just one artist.
Yeah.
But that artist have to define himself. Like
you understand?
It's Highlife.
Yes,
declare he has reggae songs. You know he has reggae songs.
Yeah. I think Shatta Wale has done that before.
Shatta has done that. I know my level one Highlife song of the year. The argument was Shatta is not a Highlife artist. Why does it?
Leave them alone.
There's a difference. You know, being on a song, like you said, being on a hip hop production does not take away the fact that the artist himself is either a reggae artist or a hip hop. Stonebwoy has done Stonebwoy is a reggae dancer.
But there should be a delicate balance. If you don't take care, you'll be lost. There should be a balance, like 20% of your messing around, but 80% should be like
so that you are consistent.
So let me ask you, Paul J, as a producer, what should we not have left?
Oh yeah, like as you're saying, I didn't leave when Guru came to the studio for the La Paz studio. I didn't leave the sounds of Africa. I picked the clave and the then I infused them with the "Hey my baby" from the 70s. Then I just hit my kicks. That was like on my piano, but we didn't call it that way. So I didn't leave my tones of Ghana, Africa, from the Wolomers and from the Highlife, and I mixed it with it, and I just did boom, boom, boom. And I just gave it to him, and he did this. I told him to rap in English because if you wanted to travel and go out, you have to. So I didn't leave the tones. Immediately you leave the tones, we are lost. So right now we've left our instruments and we've left our melodies sounding like Nigerians, and we are lost, and Highlife is gone. So we think Highlife is a cake.
What responsibility then lies on producers, especially, in trying to develop a sound for us now as we speak? Because it's as if when the Black Stars are going to play the match, it's an organized coach training session, everything to represent us. If the spelling bee kids are going, they are being the same is being done for us. But it's as if everybody is working ajar when it comes to the music, and now there's Afro everything. There's
because
Afro
all we have in Ghana
here,
is maybe New Africa Records and Links Entertainment and Rough Town. We don't have more record labels. If enter a record label, you realize that you have to document your genre. But in Nigeria, we have a lot of record labels, so all these things are documented. So the reason why they are going ajar is that people are just call my friend, I bet put 500,000 in my music for me. What is going on? Drill, make a do am. Not documented. He makes money, he vanish. But in Nigeria, they document it and they make sure they build it for their kids to come and see. So right now, Afrobeat is going to be good for the next generation in Nigeria. And the Highlife is now diminishing, and we can't see anything. And we are enjoying our times with trends like our jazz going everywhere. So what we need to do is to document what we are doing for the next generation. That this is yours from this country.
But how bad is the situation that the whole year it's just about Terminator, and which other song has probably gone?
That's a beautiful
loving
song.
you.
I love that
good
song.
sin now.
Yeah, and maybe Hosanna to an extent.
Yeah, Hosanna to an extent. Yeah. How bad is the situation as a producer? You seen like this that
no. Ghana is doing well. But we are not doing well of ownership. We are not doing well in terms of documentation, as he was saying. We are not putting, if you go and Google right now, Highlife, you see 1970-something. Because Kiddy himself is a Highlife artist. He can be a dancehall artist. But when you check his new hit songs, you see dancehall and the rest. When you check Google Highlife, you'll be seeing 1990-something. But when
the 19s did their documentation.
Yes, let's get a Highlife something happening in 2023. Not for Ghana alone, to the world. A song out there. Let Kiddy say that this is my song, even though it's shut up and bend over, I'll call it Highlife. And let's get to the world. We don't care.
To pick your thing, when you Google Ghanaian Highlife music, you get Daddy Lumba first.
Why?
Okay, Kwame Eugene is second.
Why are you making Daddy Lumba suffer like that?
Change listing for him. Nana Mpedu, Nana Tufo, Oforian Ponsa, Ben Bracco, Papa Yankson, Jedu Blay, Kinata is also there. Akosua Japan is there. Ebo Taylor. Kiddy pops up somewhere at the bottom of the list. Samini, Miss Bell. See, the categorization is all wrong.
They set some foundation for you, then leave them alone on the list.
Bro, you know what I think? You know what I think we should do?
You know who is a Highlife artist here on Google? DJ Varosky. See, when we say we don't take our business serious, it's Google. This is not a shade at anybody.
Wait, you said Google says what?
Meta tagging. It's wrong meta tagging.
Exactly. And if you do wrong meta tagging, you are shooting yourself in your foot. Because if you are selling beans and you've meta tagged yourself cement, when somebody is building a house and is looking for cement vendors, your gobe spot will pop up.
Hold on right there. On that cement note, we would bring the curtains to close on plus 89.9
Close the window
FM.
too.
But we are live on Facebook, as we see, and you're getting much love on Facebook as well, Bolja, I must say. Comments coming in here. But we're still on Facebook on our streams. You can go and check out our 3 Music page on Facebook. You catch us there. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend if you're on plus 89.9 FM. However, the conversation goes on for the next 10 minutes on TV as well. Thank you very, very much.
I was saying that.
Okay. I was still on my past. You answered it. Sorry.
But did you say it was sampled from?
No, I listened. I didn't sample.
You didn't sample it.
I I just reproduce something like heck man, heck. I like that feeling. I like bringing sounds that you heard before. So automatically it'd be like you heard it before. That's how I pick my hit songs.
Right.
And Guru himself too had a girlfriend at that time. Not a girlfriend like this, but like a friend who had that name, Hekma, and we just put it into melodical.
Oh, so the name is actually Heckman.
Yes. So I was like, use it in that way, and we got that side.
Wow.
So it was
like
producers
not go for do the thing for me.
So I didn't leave anything out. I kept the instruments in, kept my hip hop, the foundation.
Is there an intentionality on your side as Ball J to try and keep a certain Ghanaian sound ongoing all the time, or or hey, who's next in the studio? What are you doing? Drill. Let's go drill. Hey, you hip hop R&B. Let's go R&B. Is there any intentionality on your side that I want to make sure that
no one ever asked me this? This is deep.
I just want to find out.
When you're going to look at the money, you're going to be spearheaded by the people. But I look at my name being remembered for what I've done. Mm-hmm. So I make sure I put in what Timbaland told me, because Timbaland had the African, even though he's in America, he has the African. So I always had that feel of introducing an African tone to it. But some artists will come, they'll tell you I want a strictly reggae song or a strictly gospel. I master a lot of gospel songs from other artists. I don't mention my name. At that point, I don't have any say. But when it comes to me spearheading the whole thing, I will definitely put a tone in it, just to make sure that I leave something, a footprint of African sound in it.
I also wanted to find out from you, working with Carl Kesse.
Yeah.
2005 to 2009.
Hey, I was 8 years or something. Hey, wait. 95, I was a small boy.
Yeah, sure.
I worked with him in 2012.
2012.
Yeah, that was Hammer. You are talking about Hammer.
No, Hammer. Sorry. So let's talk about Carl Kesse, and then we'll come to Hammer's part, right? Because Hammer was equally doing hip hop beats.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
Did you ever have a session with him? Because you said you were working with J So. By the time
Hammer is way older than us.
But I'm saying that, did you ever have a session with Hammer? Did he tell you some things, to teach you some things? Because he was doing his thing already.
Okay, I met Hammer in 2014.
2014.
But when I met Hammer in the 2000 and the time you are talking about, I was very young with Jay, so wanted to be on his mixtape. He had mixtapes that he was recording.
Okay.
And we'll never get a chance to be on it.
So
but he really
wanted to be on there as a rapper?
Yeah, as a rapper.
So you were part of the queue?
Yes, Hammer is really part of the reason why we started playing our beat so hard, because this man is not minding us. So let's do something, because I really love Hammer's beat, like the whole Ghana. The whole world is Dr. Dre and Pharrell, Timbaland, and Hammer.
Wow.
Hammer, I don't know. I've never heard anything like Hammer before. So at that point, he was playing the beat and wanted to jump onto his beats as 2005 that time. Yeah. So as later I met him, I was working with the Fruity Loops. I was working with Reason and Pro Tools. Okay. But he is more of a Pro Tools engineer.
Okay.
So he was wondering and like, wow, how am I moving with the FL like that?
Right.
So it was more like he wanted to learn from me, but he's my boss. Hammer is now no more touching. He's a genius now. He doesn't touch the keyboards again. He can just play bom 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 bom. Then you can be with him like 3 hours just for one trumpet, and when you are done, it's going to be genius. So now it's more like we are using the FLs and he uses the Pro Tools to get what he wants.
Okay.
And he's also learning. He's also learning from us.
So the reason why I ask this question is because Hammer worked with Carl Kesse.
Yes.
You also worked with Carl Kesse.
Yeah.
How did you transition a Carl Kesse working with Hammer to a Carl Kesse work with Ball J? Because you were on a different tangent with your production.
Oh, that's beautiful question. I will look at his portfolio and his benevolence to the game. Like Hammer is all about the trumpets and the war.
Okay.
So when Carl Kesse came to my house, all I was hearing with my ears was trumpets. Not even Carl Kesse's voice. I was saying pom pom pom. You have to do something. So I have to do something in a line with that. So when you listen to the Let Me Do My Thing, boom, boom. If I don't put that trumpet there, it's like Carl Kesse is weak.
Wow.
So you have to back him with the trumpet. So Hammer did that. So you have to, he's blazing the trail for you to know that this is what I came up with, Carl Kesse. I could change it, though. Another producer could do that. But I changed it a little bit, but I left something that Hammer will have to do. That
was like a significant element of Carl Kesse's
and it works
sound.
With Carl Kesse. Trumpets work with Carl Kesse when he comes on stage and all that. So I had to put a little bit in it. So that question is very deep. I had to put something there. If I take it out, it's like Carl Kesse doing kids' music.
Now, with that said, do you immediately know, in creating your beat and all of that, do you immediately know when this is going to be a hit song or not? Or do you have to now listen to it? Or does the artist have to come in, put their voice to it before you finally, get to know that, okay, this is going to go?
Yeah, it's two parties. Like the voice is one side of the hit song and the beat. So when I see him, I have to start imagining the beat. Some producers just play. I don't play keyboard. I imagine the instrument before I play it. So when I see him and I get a hit song, I know it's a hit song in my head on my party of beat making. Then I know he's definitely going to drop the lyrics. So when I look at the artist and he gives me a chorus and it's bad, it's going to really worry me. So we try to fix the chorus first, or I give you a beat. So it's different options. Like I give you a beat and you work on it. That means I've given a hit beat already, do something. Or I listen to your chorus. So sometimes, say the chorus is bad, that messes up the whole production because like you are forcing me to play something to that doesn't sound nice. So sometimes you are forced and you do it, it doesn't come out well.
So how do you go about that?
We try to emulate and change it just to cause just to get something good. I'll tell her that I can't work with this. When you force me, when I'm working, you see, I'll not be smiling.
But you take the money.
No, I take the money. By the end of the day, I'll have an impact on you. I'll be like, there'll be some little changes.
Okay.
Yes. I have some songs that were like Stage A, DJ, Tramilala. He wanted me to go somewhere. I didn't like it. It was too local for me. I was like, this is good, but let me put something. And I wasn't smiling. At the end of the day, I just put some 2-3 beats on the song hit. And it was like, okay,
So back to the first question I asked. The reason I'm asking this is I wanted to bring us to the place of collaboration.
Okay.
Transition and collaboration.
Yes.
This is Hammer, legend producer.
Most legend. Yeah.
Working with Kaukese. Kaukese comes to you. You notice that one of the significant elements of Kaukase's sound was the trumpet.
Yes.
And so you, even though you did your sing, you remember to put in the trumpet.
Yes.
There are new producers that are coming up that are working with some of our stars or some of our artists, but they seem to have disconnected from what we knew them for, right? Okay. So how has a Boje been able to more or less impact the new generation of producers that are working with these stars that, you know, we used to jam to their music and whatnot? Because today, if a young producer wants to produce for Guru, I would want to be, based on this knowledge, I want to believe that the producer will come to Boje and say, Boje, what was that significant element of your production that made Guru ride on the beat to sustain the impact of Guru's sound?
I don't know if Richie was using the 808, but we were first to use the 808. We're using the 808 in our studios with them, but with the local art, it was more Jama and the normal bass. So I used the 808 as a hip-hop artist. I love the 808. We have types of 808. So I use it. I forced the artist to use it. It was like, I did too much. I said, wait, go ball big club. I know what I say. So I forced it. I put it into it. So that's one of the changes. And I was more like a TikTok to that time. In that time, like let's say 2012. The internet was not that. It was just YouTube and go back. So you don't know what's going on. So we were more like the TikTok, letting you know what's going on in the world. So now TikTok has taken over, and you go on. Oh, this is trending. Drill is trending. That is trending. But we were the foundation. We bought the 808. Inshona Music did it. The Beat Menace and Serial did it.
And also King of Accra. I'm told King of Accra was also around that area.
You know, one person have to do it to let people
inspire the rest.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I didn't listen to anybody. I just did it. I knew my people were already doing it. And then I added the trumpet when it comes to Kaukese. When I see Guru, I need to add something that is more comic, because Guru came from the comic era. So if I meet you, I still keep my 808, but I put something that looks like you. When I met Lil Wayne, I had to put something.
I was going to ask about Lil Wayne, because how did you get a comedian to be on a hip hop beat and still sound?
You just have to be artistic. You know Kanye West's beats don't sound the same, but there's always something about. So to me, it's the 808 that defines me, and the drums, the percussions.
Currently, who would you say is the baddest hip hop producer?
Baddest hip hop producer.
A young cat that you hear his production. Yeah. I'm just curious to find out from where you sit.
I like the first sermon from Black Sherif, because of the Highlife. Dun, 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 dun. I like that tone. Even though it was a hip hop, under the category drill music, I just love that tone. Not because of the beat itself, but the person was trying to infuse a Highlife guitar to the thing. I don't know.
But you know, when Black Sherif was telling the story, it's the hip hop drums he heard.
Wow.
Remember, he was telling us he was in the next room and he heard the beat and he walked there and say, what that? Before they worked on it.
Wow.
Boje, we have to let you off our time is fast. But before we go, what's latest? What's new? What are you working on now?
Okay, we are working on the Chronicles of Boje. That's Highlife. You know, I started doing this Kojentry mixes. I perform with Kojentry. I'm having one to Lumba. And so I'm coming with a Highlife album, a fuse, just my hip hop fusing with the Highlife cats. Yeah, so with the Sons of Destiny, and I'm still running my new Africa record. So it's new sounds coming. But at the same time, we have Chief One and Shoka from Volta region. A new song is really crazy out there, and a new one from.
Wait, it's coming or it's already out?
It's already. I think it's out yesterday, but it's already trended last week on TikTok on Chief Ones.
That guy is another deadly, venomous,
that's a very good song.
Artist, man. I like him so much.
The Toyota song is crazy.
Chief One and
you did the Toyota?
No. He hadn't meet me by then.
Okay. Yeah.
He hadn't meet me by then. So when I saw the Toyota, I'm like, what? After 2 weeks, he came to my studio. I'm like, okay, now there was something about,
Yeah.
And also, we have other cats like Guru himself, a new song out there, and Yawawa. It's a trend on social media. Yeah. So I'm doing the same thing, like the Kanye West thing, a rapper and a beat maker at the same time.
You produce a Yawawa with
with Guru.
Hey guys. I heard it yesterday.
But we're coming with the Sons of Destiny. I'm coming out with a new album, but we'll be dropping it on Spotify. No singles. Right now, you can't be dropping just albums like that.
Can't waste
the algorithm. You can't just.
Well, Jay, it's been good having you in the studio.
I really appreciate that, man.
Why?
Please, a word to everybody. Let's find our legends and our pace setters and our technical geniuses, and let's celebrate them and let's tap into them. Because somebody like Ball J, he's been on the route more than B.
So most young people humble themselves alone. Because you see,
humility.
You listen to Ball J.
So the app is too much.
Listen to Ball J. You don't say Charlie. Hammer did the senior man. You go in there. You go learn learn a few things. So
once they feel download Fruity, they forget.
You rather go watch YouTube. They use Fruity Loops. Hammer they use Pro Tools, but Hammer say, Charlie, the thing they do, show me how they do them. You see,
and Hammer is so much of humility. Like, you see, I want to learn.
So the collaboration
there. He knows a lot than you, but
the collaboration there. This your card,
but also getting ready to learn from each other. I think that's
we didn't have that from
because the boys day. The names Ball J has mentioned. Beat Menace, J So himself, EL.
This new cars right now in the internet world also, if they get hit song, no, they don't care about you, bro.
If you go they learn beats playing for YouTube. What's inspiration and culture they there?
I want to do a special one day on I'm just off a message that I just received from a good friend of mine. Good morning, Willie Asari. You know William Asari? Yeah. He sent me a special message. I want us to do a special one day in Life and Times of Niger, where we'll go and identify what the conversation is in their space regarding their problems. Because some people do feel like they're Benin and Kono, they're no more Nigerian. They say, whilst we chase to be Nigerian, Nigeria chases to be the world. Anyway, on that note, Boje, thank you so very much. It's been a good one coming, but I'm very sure this isn't the only one we're going to have. Once these interactions have started, we'll definitely bring you in again. Very soon. Hip Hop Month, we bring you. Thank you for bringing the Hip Hop Month to a close for us as well. And we'll be back here same time next week, Monday on Culture Day. It's going to be a great weekend on the show. Make sure you're locked on to Plus FM as well as on 3 Music. Name is Jake, Serial, Lenny, Olele, plus the man Bo J, and we're out.
Yeah.